Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about interfacial film formation. So in yesterday's class we have discussed the mechanisms of droplet stabilization, and we have seen that emulsifying agents, they assist in the formation of emulsions basically by three mechanisms. So your first mechanism was the reduction of interfacial tension, which is termed as thermodynamic stabilization. The second mechanism is the interfacial film formation, which we will discuss today. And the third mechanism is electrical repulsion, which acts as an electrical barrier to the approach of particles. So this electrical repulsion we will discuss in the next class. So in the previous class we have already discussed the reduction of interfacial tension, so that a surfactant is adsorbed on the surface and it lowers the interfacial tension between the two liquids, right? So it is the role of emulsifying agents. The emulsifying agents act as interfacial barriers, that is more important. Whereas here in reduction of interfacial tension, the surfactant is adsorbed, which will lower the interfacial tension. Next, coming to our interfacial film formation. So this interfacial film formation, it could be considered as an extended interfacial tension theory. So we have discussed interfacial theory, right? So this is considered as extended interfacial tension theory, in which the adsorbed emulsifier at the interface. Okay, so at the interface you have your emulsifying agent which is adsorbed. That emulsifying agent is surrounding your dispersed particles, forming a coherent monomolecular or multimolecular film. Nothing but just remember that your emulsifying agent surrounds the droplets and forms a film. Okay, if suppose this is a droplet, the emulsifying agent surrounds and forms a film. It may be a monomolecular film or it may be a multimolecular film. Okay, this film, it prevents the coalescence of droplets as the droplets approach each other. So this film is preventing the aggregation of particles, and thus it is helps in maintaining the integrity of particles. I repeat again about interfacial film formation. It is considered as an extended interfacial tension theory, in which the adsorbed emulsifier at the interface surrounds the dispersed droplets, forming a coherent monomolecular or multimolecular film, which prevents the coalescence as the droplets approach each other. So we have seen that your emulsifying agents are basically of three types: your surface active agents, hydrophilic colloids, and finely divided solids. So your surface active agents, they form a monomolecular film. Your surface active agents form a monomolecular film, whereas your hydrophilic colloids will form multimolecular film formation, and your finely divided solids, they will form a solid particle film formation. So we will discuss about each in detail. First, coming to your surface active agents which form monomolecular film formation. So just you need to understand and write in brief. In case he is asking the theory of emulsion, you need to just mention and write in brief depending on the marks. Okay, so I have told you this question is being asked, explain or write about the theory of emulsions. So coming to your surface active agents, these surface active agents, they tend to concentrate at interfaces. That means they are more predominantly present at the interface, and they are adsorbed at oil water interfaces as monomolecular films. So these surface active agents, they are adsorbed at oil water interface as a monomolecular film. So when this film is formed at the interface, it is preventing the coalescence of droplets. That means joining together of two or more droplets. And these films which are formed at the interface, they depend on the nature, characteristics, the nature of the surfactant, the characteristic of the surfactant, the concentration of the surfactant, and the combination of surfactants used. Based on all these factors, the nature of the film formed depends, depending on the nature, characteristics, concentration, and a combination of surfactant. Okay, and the stability of emulsions, it depends on the characteristics of the film which is formed at the interface, which in turn, so the characteristic of film, it in turn depends on the type of emulsifier which is used. So what are the various kinds of monomolecular films which can be formed? Okay, there can be these kind gaseous films. Number one, Then okay, gaseous films, condensed films, expanded films, interfacial complex condensed films, your lamellar liquid crystalline films. So these are the 5 kind of monomolecular films which may be formed by a surface active agents. So first coming to your gaseous films. So I'll just tell in detail about it. You can refer the Lachman book for this. It is very easy to understand. Okay, after referring the video, please go through Lachman. Coming to gaseous films, here the adsorbed surfactant molecules separate, do not adhere to each other laterally and move freely around the interface. So here the surfactant which is used here, it is remaining separate. They do not, the surfactant molecules do not adhere to each other laterally. These surfactant molecules do not adhere to each other laterally and they move freely around the interface. These surfactant, they move freely around the interface. For example, the gaseous film which is formed by sodium dodecyl sulfate. So example, you can say gaseous film which is formed by sodium dodecyl sulfate, which is your anionic surfactant. Okay, so this is with your gaseous films. Next coming to your condensed films. Okay, if the concentration of emulsifying agent is high enough, it forms a rigid film between the immiscible phases. Okay, so if you are using the emulsifying agent in high concentration, it is forming a rigid film between the oil and aqueous phase. So if the concentration is high, it forms a rigid film between the immiscible phases which acts as a so this rigid film is acting as a mechanical bar to both adhesion and coalescence of emulsion droplets. Right. So if the concentration of emulsifying agent is high enough, it forms a rigid film between the immiscible phases which acts as a mechanical bar to both adhesion and coalescence of emulsion droplets. Okay, so this is your main criteria. You don't want your emulsion droplets to adhere each other, to coalesce with each other. You want them to maintain their individual integrity, right? So this is done by your emulsifying agent. Example for this condensed films, the surfactant which form condensed films includes a palmitic acid and stearic acid. Okay, next coming to the expanded films. So in expanded films, the films which is formed by oleic acid are more expanded. Okay, so oleic acid is a surfactant which will form an expanded film. So the film formed by oleic acid, they are more expanded than those of palmitic and stearic acid. Okay, in oleic acid you have branched chains. So the presence of branched and bent shaped hydrocarbon chains. Okay, the presence of branched and bent shaped hydrocarbon chains. The presence of branched and bent shaped hydrocarbon chains, bulky head groups and multiple polar groups causes lateral cohesion to be reduced and it will help in the formation of expanded films. Okay, the presence of branched and bent shaped hydrocarbon chains, bulky head groups and multiple polar groups causes lateral cohesion to be reduced and thus it helps in formation of expanded films. Next coming to your interfacial complex condensed films. So here in interfacial complex condensed films you are using combination of surfactant. To improve the stability, combinations of surfactant are used rather than a single surfactant. Okay, combination of water soluble surfactant that produces a gaseous film and an oil soluble auxiliary surfactant produces stable interfacial complex condensed film. So a combination of water soluble surfactant which will produce a gaseous film and an oil soluble auxiliary surfactant will produce a stable interfacial complex condensed film. So the film which is formed, it is flexible, highly viscous. The film so formed is flexible, highly viscous, coherent, elastic and resistant to rupture since the molecules are efficiently packed between each other. Okay, so the film which is formed is flexible, highly viscous, coherent, elastic and resistant to rupture since the molecules are efficiently packed between each other. So example of surfactant which form interfacial complex condensed films include a combination of sodium cetyl sulfate and cholesterol. So these two surfactants, they will form a interfacial complex condensed film, combination of sodium cetyl sulfate and cholesterol. Next, the last one. So we have 5 films in monomolecular films: gaseous, condensed, expanded, interfacial complex condensed films and lamellar liquid crystalline films. So coming to your lamellar liquid crystalline films. Okay, so now in the previous we have studied that various scientists including Friberg and co-workers, they were able to show by optical microscopy, electron microscopy, exodiaphragmometry that mixed emulsifiers can interact with water to form three-dimensional association structures. Okay, so they have shown by equipments like using like microscopy and diffractometry that mixed emulsifiers means combination of emulsifying agents can interact with water to form three-dimensional association systems. Okay, so the classic concept which we have learnt of emulsion, that it is a two-phase system, but these scientists have shown that it can be a three-dimensional structure. Okay, it can be a three-dimensional association structure. So emulsion should instead be viewed as a three-component system comprising of oil, water and lamellar liquid crystals. So according to this theory, that is lamellar liquid crystalline films, emulsions, they are considered as three-component systems comprising of oil, water and lamellar liquid crystals. Okay, so they consist of oil, water and lamellar liquid crystals. So these three components, 1, 2, 3, oil, water and lamellar liquid crystals. Again, the lamellar liquid crystals, they consist of consecutive layers of water, emulsifying agent, oil. Okay, so these lamellar liquid crystals, what are they? They are nothing but layers of water. Okay, layers of water. First you have water, then emulsifying agent, then oil, then again this repeats: water, emulsifying agent, oil, water, emulsifying agent, oil, water, emulsifying agent, oil. So this is a lamellar liquid crystal. So if you see this diagram, it will be very clear. Okay, this is your emulsifier, then water, then emulsifier, oil, then emulsifier, water, then emulsifier, oil. That means emulsifier is in between here both oil and water. So in between the two immiscible phases, your emulsifier will form a film. So that is the main mechanism of your emulsifying agent, right? It forms a film between the two immiscible phases and prevents the droplet coalescence. So once you have a look at this lamellar liquid crystal, this is a lamellar liquid crystal consisting of consecutive layers of water, emulsifier, oil, then emulsifier, water. Okay, so this is a lamellar liquid crystal. So according to this, emulsion is considered as a three-component system consisting of oil, water and lamellar liquid crystal. And again, a lamellar liquid crystal is a consecutive layer which contains water, emulsifying agent, oil, water, emulsifying agent, oil. Okay, so this is with a lamellar liquid crystalline films. Next, so this we have discussed about surface active agents. So the remaining two emulsifying agents are hydrophilic colloids, which form multimolecular film, and your finely divided solids, which form a solid particle film formation. So once we finish this, we'll cover which will be done with your interfacial film formation, and the next leftover mechanism will be your electrical repulsion theory, which will deal in the next class. So now we'll discuss about your hydrophilic colloids and your surface finely divided solids, what kind of film they form. Okay, so with this your theory of emulsion will be mostly done, and the leftover will be electrical repulsion theory. So I have told you hydrophilic colloids, examples such as polysaccharides and proteins. Examples of your hydrophilic colloids include your polysaccharides and proteins. Okay, these will not lower the interfacial tension, but they will form a multimolecular film at the oil-water interface. So the multimolecular film which is formed is strong and elastic, and it gives mechanical protection to coalescence. Okay, you can have a look at the diagram. I'll just draw for you. Okay, this is a multimolecular film which is formed by hydrophilic colloid. So hydrophilic colloids such as their polysaccharides and proteins, they do not appreciably lower the interfacial tension, but they form a multimolecular film at the oil water interface, which is strong, elastic, and gives mechanical protection to coalescence. Okay, an additional effect of these, that means one more effect apart from these of these hydrophilic colloids, is the electrostatic charge repulsion. Okay, due to the carboxylic acid groups of polysaccharides. Okay, you know polysaccharides are having carboxylic acid groups, and proteins will have amino acid groups. Okay, so due to the repulsion between these two, they provide an additional effect, electrostatic charge repulsion, due to the carboxylic acid groups of polysaccharides and amino acid groups of proteins. So there is a repulsion between these two, right? Carboxylic groups and amino acid. Due to this, it is further, due to repulsion, the particles will not come together and there will be no coalescence. So this is an additional effect. So in this way, they are used to stabilize emulsions and form O by W type of emulsions. So hydrophilic colloids, they form O by W type of emulsions, and in this way they will help in stabilizing the emulsions. Okay, so the next last one we have to discuss is about finely divided solids, which will form a solid particle film formation. Here finely divided solids which form a solids particle film formation. Okay, you can see that if this is the film, on this you will have an adsorption of solid particles like this. Okay, adsorption of finely divided solids, solid particle film formation. So finely divided solid particles are lodged at the interface. They adhere strongly to each other, forming a stable film at the interface. Okay, so in this way they form stable emulsions by preferentially wetting one of the faces. Okay, they form stable emulsions by preferentially wetted by one of the faces. When wetted by water, the contact angle is less than 90 degrees centigrade. Okay, when these finely divided solids, they may be wetted by one phase. Can you see this film? Okay, they are wet. These solids, they may be wetted by either water or oil. So when they are wetted by oil, they have a contact angle of less than 90 degrees and they help in forming O by W type of emulsions. But when they are wetted by oil, okay, they form W by O type of emulsions. That means similar, right? When they are wetted by water means the external phase will be more. The water is more, it is wetting them, so they will form O by W type of emulsions. But when these finely divided solids are wetted by oils, they will form W by O type of emulsions. This is nothing but a film, okay, which is formed by this is one of your phases which will wet your solids. The solids are adsorbed on this. So when your solids are adsorbed on this, they will prevent the two phases from mixing with each other, right, or coalescence. They will prevent the particles of one phase to coalesce. That is prevented by this finely divided solids. They may be wetted by either oil or water. If they are wetted by water, they form O by W type of emulsion. If they are wetted by oil, they form W by O type of emulsion. Okay, so this is nothing but adsorption of finely divided solids on your liquid droplets. Okay, so these are your liquid droplets. On this, there is adsorption of finely divided solids. So next class we'll discuss about electrical repulsion, and then we'll start the next topic which discusses about instability of emulsion. So this you might have studied in your first pharmaceutics also, first year PharmD, that creaming, instability of emulsions, creaming, cracking, and one more, phase separation. Creaming, cracking, and phase separation. So this is also very important question. Sometimes you will ask distinguish between creaming and cracking. Sometimes you will ask write about the instability of emulsions. Sometimes you will ask for 2 marks. Sometimes you may add for long marks, so you should be prepared for all the questions. Even this theory of emulsions is also very important. So please prepare notes from the video and Lachman. In case of any doubts, let me know. Thank you.